Hi everyone, and welcome to a hips focus class. Today we'll be doing a 30-minute class, and this is part one of a two-part class, just in case some of you want a shorter class. The first half is going to be a little bit easier, more therapy and more warming up the hips, and the second part will be more asanas and sometimes more challenging poses. I'll still give you options. So when you're ready, grab your mat and let's begin. So we're going to begin on our back, lying down. And we start by grabbing the ankles, option one. Or just have your hands down, hands flat on the ground, but better if you can grab your ankles. And we lift the hips up as we exhale. So opening up the front and then gently go down, breathe in and lift up, exhale. And go down, breathe in and 3 more, exhale up. Inhale, lower and lift. Let the shoulders stretch down and let the belly open. Come back down. And last one, exhaling up and lower down. Okay, and then separate the feet just a tiny bit, whether or not you're holding the ankles. And what we're going to do now is trying to bring the right knee in and down towards the ground. So exhale, push the knee down, trying to keep the other knee up, don't let it fall to the side. Come back up as you breathe in. Doesn't matter how low the knee goes, but push it down. So internally rotating your hip. And then back up. One more slowly on each side. Exhale down. Inhale up. Left exhale down. Inhale up. And let's go for 10 quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing. 6. Relax your shoulders. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And maybe you have one side harder, so just take the hard side down and hold here for 5 breaths. And don't worry if you don't have a hard side, we'll switch. Come back up, breathe in. Okay, if you don't have a hard side, just go to the other side, otherwise do the hard side again. Exhaling, push the knee down and then breathe here for 5 breaths. Trying to focus on the hip, front of the thigh, front of the hip, hip flexors. And of course our goal is to touch the ground with the knee. And you'll see that if you practice this exercise, within a few days you'll see a big difference and you'll feel it in the hips. Okay, come back up, breathe in. Good. Okay, so that's the easy version. There's a slightly harder version where same thing, you can grab your ankles or have the hands down, palms flat on the ground, and we lift the hips nice and high. And take a big breath in here, keeping the hips as high as you can. Push the right knee in and down. Don't let the hips drop. And back up, breathe in. Left knee in and down, exhaling. And come back, breathe in. And let's go for 10 quick. 1, and 2, and 3. Again, doesn't matter how much your knees move, just try and press it down and keep the hips up. And 5, 6, 7, keep breathing. 8, 9, and last one. 10, and slowly lower down. Straighten the legs. And just relax here for a few breaths. So the front of the hips mainly governed by the spleen. Stomach meridian runs also in the front of the hips, hip flexors. And then inside, we've got, from the inside leg comes up the liver meridian. And then the outside leg has to do with the gallbladder. Outside of the leg, outside of the hip. It's a very complicated joint to open up. And that's why we need to do a lot of things to be complete. You might be really tight just on the outside of the hip. Maybe you might be just really weak on the inside of the hip, inside of the leg. And you might be just too strong at the front and too weak at the back, or the other way around. These therapy exercises, they help you to find your weaknesses and work on them. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do, bending the legs again. It's another bridge pose variation. We bring the left foot on top of the right knee, hands behind the head, elbows wide, lace the fingers, keep your upper body relaxed, and then lift the hips nice and high as you exhale, pressing the left knee down as you lift the hips up. And then relax the hips down a little bit as you breathe in, and then exhale, lift higher, push the left knee down. Inhale, lower down a bit, and 3 more like this. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Push the knee down, but keep the hips up. Especially the left side, lift the left hip more. Okay, one more time. Breathe in, lower down, and exhale, lift up. And down all the way to the ground where we switch the leg position. Okay, lifting up, exhale. Big breath in, push the knee down, right knee goes down, right hip goes up. And lower down a little bit, breathe in, and exhale, lift up. Inhale down a bit, exhale, lift. And 2 more like this. Exhale, up. The challenge is to keep the hips up as you push your knee down. Last one. Exhale. Push the knee down, lift the hips up. Nice and high, and slowly lower down all the way, and we switch again. And don't worry, we're not going to do the same exercise this time. Take the hands and grab your knee, grab your right knee. If it's too hard, you can grab the back of the calf. This is the easier version. Okay, but in any case, what you want is your foot to be on top. You want to be flexing the foot, and then you want to grab the knee or the shin, and then stay here, take a breath in, and as you exhale, pull the knee into your chest, and then release a bit. Inhale, and exhale, pull. Breathe in, relax. And 3 more, exhaling, pulling. And 2 more. Every time, focus on the part of the body that hurts the most. That's where you find the most intensity, and breathe into it and try to relax it. And you'll see that you'll go deeper into the move. Okay, last one, exhale. Pull the knee into the chest. And then let it go. And switch leg. Grab the back of the thigh or front of the knee the shin. Flex your right toes and exhale, pull. Inhale, relax. Exhale, pull. You can feel the tension going away from the glute, from the outside of the thigh, outside of the hip. 3 more. Exhale. And 2 more. Once you learn how to relax in the pose, that's where you get the most benefit. Even if it's really intense, learn how to relax and breathe. Last rep. Exhaling, pulling. And then inhale, let it go. And just straighten the legs just for a few seconds. Let the blood return to the hips. Always good to take a little break between poses. That's where the magic happens. That's when the body adjusts itself. That's when the blood flows into that area you were working so hard a few seconds ago. Okay, so we keep working the hips this time in a different way, where we're gonna take the legs up to the ceiling and separate the feet. So your feet are about shoulder width, pulling the toes back hard, your arms are out to the sides, relax your shoulders, relax your upper body. And we're just gonna turn the toes in, push the heels out as you exhale. And then breathe in, back to the middle, relax. And then turn the toes out, exhale. So externally rotating, and then internally rotating, exhale. Inhale, relax to the middle, exhale, out. And we go for 10. 1, and in, out for 2, in, out for 3, in, out. Use the breath. When you think you've reached your max, when you turn, trying to squeeze it more, squeeze it in just a little bit more. You'll see that you get that extra bit of rotation. 3 more, 2 more, and that's that extra bit of rotation that we want. Okay, last one. We're gonna lower the legs halfway down, keep the legs straight, keep pulling the toes back, and then we do 10 more like this. And 1, 2, keep your shoulders relaxed, keep your chin down. 3, keep breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the core is burning. 9 and 10, relax all the way down. And relax the arms down by your sides. Just wait here for a few seconds. So in that last exercise, if you see that it's much easier to turn out than turning in, then you know that you need to work on your internal rotation, or vice versa. If you can't turn the toes out that much, but it's very easy to turn them in, you know what you need to work on. Okay, now the next one, there's going to be 2 steps to it. So first, we're just going to take the feet together. We pull the toes back and we just turn the feet in one direction. You can let the top foot lift off the ground, that's fine. Just keep pulling the toes back and keep the feet together. Exhaling, twisting. And then back to the middle. And then try the other side. Exhaling, twisting. Turn the feet to the right, turn them hard, and then back, and again, turn, exhale, and back, and turn to the other side. And back, let's do 2 more. Exhale, turn, Inhale back and exhale, turn. So you can feel that if you turn the toes to the right, you can feel your left hip opening, even all the way into the waist. The waist is lengthening. Okay, relax. The next variation, slightly harder. And if you can't do it, you can always go back to the first variation. But this time, have your arms out to the sides, and we're gonna lift the legs just off the ground, and then we're gonna turn one side and then the other, keeping the feet together, keeping the toes pulling back. We'll just do 2 on each side, but nice and strongly. When you turn, you think you've reached your max, trying to get that extra bit of rotation, and then you really feel it. Okay, that's what we want. We don't want a lot of repetition for some of the exercises. We just want really good, high quality repetition. Okay, so arms out, chin down, relax your shoulders. Legs together, lift the legs just off the ground. Big breath in, and then exhale, rotate to the left. Get that extra bit of rotation. And then back to the middle. And then rotate to the right. You think you've reached your max. Oh, you get a bit more maybe. And back to the middle. One more on each side. Exhale. And back. And last one. Exhale. And back. And relax the legs down. My stomach is reacting to the exercise. It's because this is working your waist, like I said earlier. So you're making space for the intestines. So if you get the same kind of reaction, your belly starts making noises, or you feel things moving, this is good. It's a good thing. Catch your breath here. This is a strong pose. Okay, next pose, we're gonna grab the left knee, pull it in the chest, and then grab your big toe. Take your right arm out to the side, palm up, and then try as much as you can to straighten your left leg. If the leg is not completely straight, don't worry, doesn't really matter. As long as you try your hardest, that's fine. Try and keep pressing that left heel up to the ceiling. Now keep your chin down, and you're gonna bring your focus onto your right hip. Keep your right hip grounded, right glute touching the ground, and then slowly open and take the left leg out. Now as soon as your right hip lifts, you've lost it. So what we want is to keep it down, keep it grounded so that the hips open up. If one hip is not fixed and you're moving the other one, it's not gonna change anything. If they both move together, nothing's gonna open. So keep that right hip down and grounded. Keep that right glute touching the floor. Again, doesn't matter how wide your leg goes. What matters is that you're doing it the right way. And then you'll feel the inside leg opening up. So the liver meridian runs on the inside leg, and this is, in this pose, primarily what you're working. And trying to press your left big toe away so your chest opens, trying to reach out with your right arm. Okay, next breath in. Slowly bring the leg back and then let it go, and then just eyes closed, feel. No need to rush from one pose to another and trying to achieve a lot in your practice. It's better to do less and really connect with the work you're doing. Okay, let's try the other leg. Maybe you can feel now one side feels way more vibrant and open and alive. So I'm just moving a little bit away from my wall, from the cows, and then let's do it. So keeping the left hip down, left bum cheek down, slowly open the leg. And as soon as you feel your left hip lifting, that's where you stop. Stop there and wait. Press the right big toe away. Breathe into the hip, breathe into the inside leg. Give it time to open. The hip is such a complicated joint and so much tension can get stuck in the hips, so many emotions can stay in the hips. That's why it's so important to constantly trying to keep your hips nice and loose and open. Okay, 2 more breaths. Reaching the arms away from each other. And then breathe in as you come back up. And then let the foot go, bring the leg down, and feel eyes closed. Okay, now that's the inside leg for you. We're gonna do the outside leg. So go back to the left leg, squeeze the knee in the chest again. Now the right hand is gonna grab the outside edge of the foot. And the left hand is out, palm up as well. And we try as much as we can to straighten the leg. If it's a bit bent, if it's really bent, don't worry, it doesn't matter. You'll still feel the stretch here. So we try to straighten the leg, and this time what we focus on is our right foot, the right toes. Keep them pointing up to the ceiling. Okay, take a breath in, and as you exhale, slowly take the leg over to the right. But don't let the right toes roll, keep them pointing up. And then turn the head, look to the left. And then breathe into the outside leg, outside hip, outside of the calf. Maybe you can feel it going all the way into your sacrum. Keep pushing your foot into your right hand to open the hip, to rotate the hip. Maybe have a little sneaky look at your bottom foot and see if it's rolled to the side or if your toes are pointing up. Okay, next breath in, slowly come back up and let it go. Okay, we feel, eyes closed, we feel. And we try the other side. Squeeze the right knee in. Grab the foot with your left hand, take your arm out, slowly straighten the leg. And now your left toes stay pointing up as you take the right leg over to the left. Turn the head and look to the right. Now you might have one side way harder than the other. So if you find that, that's great. That's the best pose for you to practice to rebalance the left and right sides of your body. Have a little look at your bottom foot. Is it rolling? Fight to keep it up. Don't let it roll. Okay, next breath in, Come back up. And then let it go. Bring the arms down by your side and relax here. All right, the hips starting to feel nice and loose and open. Now we're going to do an exercise for the core that involves the hips. Okay, very simple. We take the feet mat width, we turn the toes in, push the heels out, pull the toes back at the same time. And then we take the arms up to the ceiling, twist the thumbs in, and we reach up as we exhale and reach between our toes. So a common mistake that you don't want to happen is as you sit up, you don't want the feet to come out like this. Keep trying to push them in, yeah? Okay, come back down. Now turn the arms the other way, so thumbs out. Exhale, come up. And back. All right, let's go for 10. Every time you change the twist in the arms. 1. If you need to use momentum and throw the arms, because it's hard for you to sit up, then use momentum, yeah? Take the arms above the head and throw them. But if you don't need momentum, try to slowly come off the ground. 5 more. Exhale. 4 more. Twist the arms hard. I know this is a hips class, but the more you twist your arms, the more you'll get rid of tension that sits in the shoulders. Okay, last one. Beautiful. Okay, and we stay up. Shake the legs a little bit. All right, we're gonna do a little sequence to open the hips and to make your lotus or half lotus better. So start by pulling the foot up. Okay, if you're way down there, that's fine. But just know that once you get your foot up and sitting above the muscle, the thigh muscle, it's much more comfortable. Once you can get your foot to rotate, it's a lot less painful. So keep working at it. Keep pulling the foot up and then rotate the hip. Okay, we start by gently bouncing the knee up and down. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So you don't pull it back up, yeah, you just push it down and it's like a spring, it just comes back up. Push, 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 push. And the second one you make fist and we're pounding. So go from top of the thigh, inside of the thigh. You can even pound outside of the hip where there's a lot of tension that can get stored on the outside of the hip. There's a lot of major points there. I'm trying not to bash my mic. Not a great idea. And you focus wherever you find tension, really. And that's gonna change from day to day. Just breaking down the tension. Okay, and then use your palm to rub the calf, inside of the calf. Rub, 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 rub. And then use your fist, pounding bottom of the foot. Okay, next one, both hands go on top of each other, they go under the ankle. Your elbows go into the belly. You keep your back straight, keep your chest open, and then pull the foot up as you exhale. And release, inhale, and exhale, pull. Okay, keep your chest open. Let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now keep hold with your right hand of your right foot. Reach forward and around. And then use the other arm to go around the knee. Place your fingers. If you can't do the bind perfectly, you just want to be grabbing your leg in some way. And then we just rotate side to side, opening the hip. Keep moving. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Mind goes in the hip, trying to relax the hip. This is a really nice pose to get rid of tension that sits in the hip. Okay, that's good. Slowly straighten the leg. Shake it. If the knee is a bit sore, tap the knee. And then we do the other side. And then one side is going to be tighter for most of us. And that's fine. You use this little sequence to make that tight side more open. So grab the foot, pull it up, and you see how I'm trying to rotate my foot. So it's the back, it's the top of the foot that's on my thigh. Okay, less painful. Okay, bouncing, bounce, bounce, bounce. And what you can do is just do both sides and then pause the video and do your hard side again. If you find a big difference. All right, pounding. Top of the thigh, inside of the thigh, side of the hip. You go wherever you find the tension. Sometimes you start to press on a point and you can see the knee goes way down straight away. That means you find a good point that was holding your hip tight. Okay, rubbing inside of the calf. Rub it hard. And then pounding the bottom of the foot. And then both hands under the ankle, elbows in the belly, and we pull up. Keep your chest open, keep your back straight. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a bicep workout if you have really tight hips. 2 more. Last one. Keep hold with your left hand, reach forward with your right arm, and then foot goes on the inside of the elbow crease, and then left arm the other way, and we rock. Okay, beautiful. Straighten the leg, give a little shake, just slide down on your back. Just let the blood flow into the hips, nourish the hips, flush out the tension, the toxins, the old blood that was stagnating there. Flush out these emotions that you couldn't get rid of. And stay there for as long as you like, as long as you need. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed the class. It was short, but if you want to do something a little bit deeper, I'm gonna do another half an hour. I'll be posting part 2 very soon. I'll put the link in the description, and in that second part we'll be going a little bit deeper in terms of asana, just a little bit more complete poses, more advanced poses. Okay, but nothing that you can't tackle. So try it and let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed. Have a beautiful day.